Open your book to page 78. This is lesson 2.17. This lesson is on combined operations. So that means you're going to get a mixture of different operations. So just like before, let's go and review a little bit about the order of operation. So first you have to do the grouping. So the first one is the parentheses, second one is the brackets, and third one is the braces. And after that, you have the fractional bar, and you have the things like square roots. Okay, so again, the grouping means you have more than one number, okay, to consider to be a group. Now within each of this group, you have to do those three steps. So first, you do the power and the roots, so exponents and the roots. Now notice the difference between these two. This is a group, and this is just a square root. This one has more than one number. This has only one number. And after that, you do the multiplication and division. Okay, so these are grouping and these are operations. And after that, you do the additions and subtractions. Now, when you have a multiplication and divisions, they are the same priority or same level, then you go left to right. Okay, and addition and subtraction, you go left to right. So make sure you remember this. This is very important. Okay, so let's go over some examples. Let's go to example 1. You have 2 minus 3 over 4 plus 3 over 1, 3 and a half. So when you have multiple things, the best thing to try to do is go and make everything into improper fraction and then make it into common denominator. Okay. So let's go and make it into improper fraction first. So this is equal to 2 over 1. This is 3 over 4. This is 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7 over 2. Okay. And now you're going to do like what we did before, right? When you're going to add fractions, you need to go and first get your LCD. So step 1, LCD. And this one is easy, so you can just look. It's 1, 4, and 2. So LCD is going to be 4. Okay. So that's your step 1. Now step 2 is going to get the LCD ready. Okay, remember that's your step 2, right? Step 2 is get this in the bottom, on the denominator at the bottom, right? So that's your step 2. Step 2 is get this ready. Step 3 is to figure out how you're going to get from here to here. What do you need to multiply? So this one you need to multiply by 4. So that's your step 3. Then step 4 is multiply out. So 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8. Same thing over here. So this one, you don't have to do anything. So leave it alone, so it'll be 3. This one, from here, from 2 to 4, you have to multiply by 2. So 2 times 2 give you 4, 7 times 2 give you 14. So once you do that, now you can go and do a step 5. Okay, so step 5, you're going to go and start to actually do this. Now, this is subtraction and this is addition. So if you look at addition and subtraction are same level, so you have to go from left to right. So you have to do this first and that. So a minus 3 is 5. 5 plus 14 is 19. Again, just leave it as an improper fraction. Don't waste your time converting. Okay, let's go to example 2. You have 2 and 4/5 divided by 7 times by 1 and 2/3. So again, first let's go and convert everything into improper fraction. So this will give you 14 over 5 divided by 7 over 1 times by 5 over 3. And again, you go through each of these. So you don't have any of these, you don't have any of that. So you have a multiplication division. Okay, so what you need to do is when you have division, go and change into multiplication by flipping it upside down. Then over here, since all these are multiplication, you can start to cancel things out. So you got 5 and 5, so divide by 5, you get 1, divide by 5, you get 1. 7 and 14, divide by 7, you get 1, divide by 7, you get 2. And so this will equal to 2 over 3. Okay, and that's it for this one. Okay, let's go to example 3. Example 3, you have 2 and 1/3 plus 5 over 6 divided by 1 3/4. Okay, so again, for this one, it's probably easier just converting it. When you have multiple terms, it's easier if you convert it into improper fraction. So let's go and do that. Okay, so this would be 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. This is 5/6. Okay, divide. Again, you only do one thing at a time. So right now we're converting, so don't do anything yet. So 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7/4. Okay, so now you look. Okay, you have addition and division, so you have to do the division first. Now, when you're doing division, you have to convert into multiplication, right? So you got 7/3 plus 5/6 times it by 7/4. You have to flip it over, so 4/7. Okay. And so now you can go and reduce. Right? Again, you have to do this part first. Right? You have to do this part. You have to do multiplication before you can do addition. Right? If you look over here, that's you have to do multiplication before you do addition. So this one, 4 and 6, you can go and reduce, right? Both are even, so you can divide by 2. So divide by 2, you get 2. Divide by 2, you get 3. So this becomes 7/3 plus 10/21. Okay. So now when you have to add. So when you add fraction with a different denominator, you have to get your LCD and go through all that step, right? So step 1, get your LCD. So 3 and 21, LCD is going to be 21. So step 2, get the fraction ready, right? That's your step 2. Step 3, you have to figure out how you're going to get from here to here. So you need to multiply by 7. So 3 times 7 give you 21 on the bottom. The top will give you 7 times 7 give you 49. So that's your step 4. This one is the same. This one does not have to do anything, so keep it the same. So your step 5, you're going to add this together. So you get 59/21. Okay, then after that, so this is your step 5. Now you don't have to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just writing it so you can follow what I'm doing. So when you're doing it, you don't have to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you do it, that's fine also. Okay, then after that, you check, see if you can reduce. 21 can only can divide by 3 or 7. So this one cannot divide by 3 or 7, so it means you cannot simplify. And that would be your answer. Okay, let's go to example 4. Okay, example 4, you have 8 minus 2/3 times it by 2.5. Okay, so again, when you have mixed numbers, probably better to convert into improper fraction. So this is equal to 8 minus 2/3 times it by 5/2. So now you have subtraction and multiplication. Again, if you look over here, the multiplication comes before the subtraction. So you have to do the multiplication first. So you have to do this part first. So don't do anything with the 8. Leave that alone. So notice that there are two, so this can cancel out. So this becomes 5/3. Now, if you can if you can do it in your head, that's fine. But it's better to just go and make it into improper fraction. So this becomes 24/3. So step 1, LCD is equal to 3 because this is same as 8/1, right? And so change that into 3, and so this will become 24. This is the 5. So you can go through the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So you get 19/3, and that's it. Again, don't waste your time converting to mixed numbers. Okay, let's go to example 5. Example 5, you have 3/4 squared plus 2 4/5 times it by 1 1/4. Okay, so first, you need to do the exponent first because you have exponent, you have addition, you have multiplication, right? So let's go and do the exponent first. So you're going to get 9/16 plus, again, because you have mixed numbers is kind of useless in algebra, okay? You cannot do too many things with it. So let's convert into improper fraction. So you got 14/5, and this would be 5/4. Okay, now again, you have you have addition, you have multiplication, so you have to do multiplication first, right? So you have to do this part first. So don't do anything with this. So you got 5 and 5, so divide by 5, you get 1, divide by 5, you get 1. 4 and 14 can divide by 2, so divide by 2 equals 2, divide by 2 equals 7. So this becomes 7 over 2. So now to add this, again, you have to go through those 5 steps. So first, you get your LCD equal to 16, right? 2 and 16 is 16. And so you get your step 2, right? Get the fraction ready. Then step 3, how are you going to get from here to here? Well, this one you don't have to do anything, so leave it alone. This one over here, to get from here to here, you need to multiply by 8, right? So 2 times 8 will give you the 16 on the bottom. 7 times 8 will give you 56 on the top. And after that, once you get a common denominator, you can go and add. So when you add this, you get 65 over 16. And check see if you can simplify. Cannot. And so that's it. Again, leave it as improper fraction. Don't waste your time doing extra things that you don't need. Okay, let's go to example 6. Yeah, parentheses 1 and 3/8 minus 1/2 divided by 1 and 5/16. So now, again, if you go on your order operation, even though this is subtraction and this is division, but these have parentheses around there. So you have to do the grouping first before you do that, right? Again, this comes first. So within each of these, you have to do the step 1, 2, 3 in the parentheses. You have to do step 1, 2, 3 in the bracket. And you have to do step 1, 2, 3 in the braces, and so forth. So you have to do this part first. So this has to go first before you do anything else. So again, let's go and convert into improper fraction. So you're going to get 11, and you have to follow through with your parentheses, right? So 11 over 8 minus 1/2, okay, divided by, and again, I'm going to convert it into improper fraction, 21 over 16. So again, to subtract, you have to get your LCD. So LCD, just this part over here, not worry about this part. So LCD for this part is equal to 8. So you got 11 over 8 minus 4 over 8. Again, make sure you go down step by step. Okay? Don't go sideways, and show your work. Do it step by step. And so this becomes 7 over 8. Now once you finish all your operation, you can drop the parentheses. This becomes 7 over 8 divided by 21 over 16. And after that, you can convert into multiplication by flipping it upside down. Now to multiply, you can go and cancel things out. Again, don't multiply out into a big number, then you have to waste time to make a small number. Okay, so 8 and 16, divide by 8, you get 1. Divide by 8, you get 2. 7 and 21, you can divide by 7, you get 1. Divide by 7, you get 3. So the answer would be 2 over 3. And that's it. Okay, let's go to example 7. It says find the perimeter of the rectangle. So again, you see the word rectangle, go and draw your rectangle. And label length, width, length, width. So you should become automatic. As soon as you see the word rectangle or whatever the word is, you just go and draw the shape and label them. Okay? And it tells you that they're looking for perimeter. So perimeter would be adding all 4 sides, right? Okay. So let's go and get more information. It says the length is 3 1/4 feet, and the width is 2 1/2 feet. So this is equal to 3 1/4. This is equal to 3 1/4. So the perimeter would be equal to, start with, oh wait, something's not right. This is 2 1/2 feet. Okay. Okay, so let's go and get the perimeter. The perimeter is adding all 4 sides together. So this side is 3 1/4. This side is 2 1/2. Plus this side is 3 1/4. Plus this side is 2 1/2. Okay. Now, if you notice that this will add up equal to 5, so if you notice you can add these 2 together, they give you 5. This will give you 6 1/2, and therefore the answer will be 11 1/2. So it's very quick. But if you don't get that's fine. Then what you can do is, let's go and convert everything into improper fraction again. So perimeter will be 13 over 4 plus 5 over 2 plus 13 over 4 plus 5 over 2. Then you have to get your LCD. LCD equal to 4. So you can remember how to add fractions, right? You have to get this. So there's your step 1, get your LCD. Step 2, put all LCD down here, right? Then step 3 and 4 is figure out what goes on the top. So this one you don't have to do anything, so leave it, so 13. This one you have to multiply by 2, so this becomes 10, right? 2 times 2 on the bottom give you 4 on the bottom. 5 times 2 give you 10 on the top. This one you don't do anything. This one you can multiply by 2, so you get 10. So now you can go and add. So perimeter, so this is 26, 36, 46. So it'll be 46 over 4. Then you have to simplify. Okay, so divide by 2, you get 2. Divide by 2, you get 23. So answer would be 23 over 2, and label is feet. Okay. Now, if you want to convert, that's fine, or use decimal. So either any of the answer would be acceptable. So this is fine. If you convert, it'd be 11.5. If you use decimal, it's 11.5. Okay. So any one of these answers is fine. Okay, but once you get over here, just use that, unless the problem to do certain way. Okay. But if it doesn't say, you can use anyway. So you don't have to wasting time to do extra work if you don't have to. If the problem does not ask you for it.